So, hello, Anna.
Okay.
You are a
Hello,
COMPOT composter,
Tundra.
and I want to ask you about like what did motivate you to start composting, and after that one, what do you think about composting?
Yes. So I have been composting for quite a few years in my life, and only because I'm a gardener and I wanted to have soil, and it's really, really hard to have access to good quality compost in the city because usually the compost that we can buy from garden centers, it's not very good, and it's also coming in a lot of plastic bags. And yeah, just generally, it's really hard to access it. So I wanted to have my own compost and make it, but I didn't have a garden anymore when I started to compost at home. And after a while, I finally managed to get an outdoor space where I could compost in a bigger quantity. But I was really missing actually home composting. So even though I had access to a garden outside, I kind of took the habit of composting indoors, and I wanted to keep doing it, but I wanted it to be something pretty because I was paying a lot of attention to how my apartment looks like, and the compost is very beautiful. So I was happy to be able to combine the composting inside and look at my little microbe friends working in the soil, and then also not actually making everything dirty and just have ugly plastic buckets. So that's why I started to compost with.
Thank you. And how did it change like your life to when you started indoor composting, or your life, or the people like around you?
Mhm. I think it's just really nice to be aware of other life forces existing around us, and like having a dog, it's nice because it reminds you that there are other species who live in a completely different dimension that we still somehow share. And maybe that's also why we like to have houseplants, because it's just interesting to observe other species and other life forces living, and it kind of helps to, I don't know, stop thinking about ourselves as an individual. And composting is, it just helps to access this other dimension of other life forms existing in a completely different dimension, but still somehow I can put my hand in it and I can still visually see it, how it's progressing over time, even if I don't understand it perfectly, of course, but I don't have to. It's just a nice reminder that we are not alone, an individual, but there's all these unknown, exciting things that we can discover. And I prefer it to my relationship to indoor composts. I prefer it largely to the houseplants we have, because a lot of these houseplants are living in a very sterile environment and they're really isolated in their little pot. And it's very, they just seem like very lonely individuals in their pots. But with the compost, there's this entire universe inside that you can see working together. And I lift the cover way too often to look at things happening inside. Yeah, that's it.
Great, great. Thank you. So actually COMPOT opened another dimension for you, and you enjoy
Yes,
like
exactly.
to connect and to share it. So that's great. That's great.
Yes, it was much better paraphrased in one sentence.
So thank you for this short interview, and see you soon.